This episode of The Young Turks brought to you by Squarespace. Use TYT promo code to sign up at squarespace.com.
I find, Cenk, that women like men to define what rape is. I've always found that to be true because their opinions get muddled in the emotion of it. Don't you agree?
Well, I know some person who does agree. It's Representative Chris Smith from New Jersey. He's a Republican, and he has decided to redefine rape. And the reason that he is doing this is because he wants to make sure that that the government does not pay for any abortions any more than it apparently has to, and that you do not use any get any tax benefits that pay for abortions in any circumstance that doesn't involve the kind of rape that he is against. Apparently.
Right. The only kind of rape that Chris Smith is comfortable with using federal funds for. And by the way, these federal funds include money that your own money that you take, which you can do right now, which a lot of people do, and they take their own money and they put them in what's called these health savings accounts. But those are tax-free. So those become and use that money for medical expenses. But it's tax-free. It has to be in a separate account called a health savings account. You can't use that money. It's your frickin' money. But if your 13-year-old daughter gets raped by a 52-year-old child predator, you can't use that money to pay for an abortion because that counts as federal funds in Chris Smith's world.
Right. So what there is currently
well, let me rephrase that. Unless that 52-year-old forces himself on your 13-year-old daughter. But if she consents to it and it's merely statutory rape, well, then you can't use the money. Ridiculous.
So in the law as it currently exists, you can actually pay for an abortion, whether it's through your own money, as Ben explained, with health saving accounts, etc., or in rare cases where the government pays for it, if you have been raped or suffered incest or the life's mother is in danger. But what Representative Chris Smith is suggesting now, of course, Republican of New Jersey, is that he would like to redefine rape so that it is only forcible rape. So if it's incest or if it's statutory rape and there's a 13-year-old who, sleeps with a 48-year-old, well, she's not allowed to get an abortion, and the victims of incest not allowed to get an abortion using either, government money if they had qualified under those specific laws, or even money in their own family's health savings account because it has tax benefits to the family, theoretically. And so of course, that also leads to the question of what is Chris Smith's definition of forcible rape? I mean, I don't know where date rape fits into all of this. Are you going to have to go before Congressman Smith and ask people, hey, can my abortion be paid for or not? Because I was date raped as opposed to your forcible rape?
I so want to call Chris Smith's office with a lot of questions, a lot of really prurient questions about what would constitute forcible rape in Chris Smith's world. Like, would that rise to his level? How many times does she have to say no in Chris Smith's world for it to be forcible rape or just kind of rape?
It obviously diminishes what, I guess in Chris Smith's mind is not forcible rape. Like that rape's not really good enough.
Right. That rape doesn't meet Chris Smith's standard of rape.
Right. And remember, these people have been impregnated by, a person that took advantage of them in one way or another, forcible or otherwise, and they don't want to have the baby for very, very understandable reasons. And Chris Smith saying, nope. So, sad day for you. You have to prove that it's forcible. Otherwise, you're going to have it or pay for it, out of your piggy bank if you're underage and you were the victim of incest.
So incest, no money from your health savings account, penalize money from your health savings account, penalize private insurance companies that cover abortion services. I mean, ultimately, of course, it just means that if you want to have an abortion, as it's been true largely in this country now for some time, you just have to be able to pay for it. Again, so abortions, the real entitlement to the safe termination of pregnancies belongs to the wealthy. It's great. Thanks to guys like Chris Smith.
If you want to build a website or a blog, where do you go? You go to squarespace.com. They've actually built some of the largest websites in the world.
With Squarespace, you don't need any coding experience, and the best part is you can even edit your website on your iPhone.
They give you 24/7 support. You can do full HTML blog editing. I don't know what that means, but they do. They'll help you with it. And if you go to squarespace.com and you enter the promo code TYT, you get 10% off the life of your order. Forward.